and welcome to Mono Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and setting me 3 magical tasks so I can become a fairy princess is my co-host and master of none, Ciara.
You must bring me the jade monkey by the next full moon.
So long as I get to become a fairy princess.
Fairy princess, very important. And get up on your big high throne.
The incredibly high throne.
Yeah.
That's right. But yeah, today we are talking Guillermo Del Toro's dark fantasy. Not the fish fucking one.
Haven't seen that.
No. What's it properly called?
The Shape of Water?
Grinding Nemo, that's it. No, we are looking at Pan's Labyrinth today.
Yes, or The Labyrinth of the Faun, which was his intended title and no connection to Pan, the randy goat boy.
Yeah, it just non-Spanish speaking audiences be stupid, I guess.
They all went, Faun? What the fuck is that?
I mean, I would have been fine with the Faun's Labyrinth because, I mean, you're kind of mixing your apples and your oranges or your...
Satyrs and your fauns.
Satyrs and your fauns and your minotaurs because it's a minotaur inside a labyrinth anyway.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
Okay.
It's a fucking excellent
But it's
film.
nothing to do with the randy goat boy.
No, nor is it anything really to do with a labyrinth as such. But yeah, it's so damn good.
I saw this in the cinema when it came out.
Well, we saw it in the cinema, and it
looked
made us both
so
cry.
Pretty.
Oh yeah, it's so incredibly
cries.
pretty. But yeah, just like the first time you watch it, if you haven't seen it, it is depressing, and we are going to spoil it. So go and watch it and then come back.
It's bittersweet.
But yeah, I don't even know if I think maybe I've watched it again once since we saw it in the cinema. But yeah, it is. It's very bittersweet, and that was the kind of what I got off at this time.
I've watched it a couple of times, but it is like parts of it are incredibly violent. It's weird because
the way the violence is used is very, very effective, and it's not. There's very little actual gore.
No, with the exception of the "I will gut you like a pig" scene.
Mercedes, no, the bottle to the face is the worst. But
all
beyond that, it's just there's a lot of like people getting shot.
Yeah, no, but all the excessively violent actions are all carried out by one person who you're not supposed to like anyway, the Capitan. And
he's a horrible bastard.
His first line when he's being informed that his new wife, who's pregnant with his beloved son, who is the only thing he really gives a shit about, is arriving out to fucking this outpost where they're hunting down guerrillas from the Civil War.
Yeah.
Which is an incredibly dangerous environment, and she's very late in her pregnancy and probably shouldn't have travelled. The only thing he has to say is they're 15 minutes late.
Yep. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
But before we talk about how much of an asshole he is, shall we go for a summary?
Yes.
In post-Civil War Spain, Ophelia moves to the countryside with her mother to be with her new stepfather before her brother is born. While her stepfather, Captain Fatal, deals with Republican rebels, Ophelia meets a faun who tells her she's a long-lost princess of the underworld. He sets her 3 tasks that will not only test her, but her mother's health and patience, and the captain's fight with the rebels.
Yeah, well, the captain deserves to have his fight with the rebels fucked up.
The captain deserves everything he gets in this film.
I'm on the side of the rebels here.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, we're not supposed to be on the side of fascist Spain.
No, and everything to do with Mercedes when she's like, you didn't see me, and she's right under your nose. It was like, yeah, it's exactly what the rat did.
She's so good. Well, I really, really love all the characters in this.
The mother's a bit wishy-washy, but she's just kind of...
well, I mean, even her, you get... Like, that's what I like about it. Like, I have kind of loads of notes on the characters, but what I really liked about it was they're all kind of different and opposing sides. And like characteristics and personality traits. So like Ophelia is kind of an independent dreamer. She's defiant.
Yeah, she's around what, 10
or 11?
Or 11, yeah, because they keep saying, you're getting too old for this.
Yeah.
But she's very much that child who like believed in fairies and fairy tales and saw all the magic in the world, and she believes in magic and sees it.
Whereas her mother is the big contrast to that. She's more of a realist. She's... I don't want to say dependent as opposed to independent, but she's dependent in the sense that she doesn't want to live alone. She wants to have a husband and somebody to support her.
Well, they've just come through...
And she's has much more of an authoritative mindset than her daughter does because
I do sympathise with the mother because they've come through the First World War, a horrific civil war.
Yeah.
And now this new fascist regime, and it's 1944, and there's stuff starting to go down in France as well.
Yeah. And
so for her, it's having a man provides protection. And it's not all on her to provide for her daughter either. And marrying a captain is a good move because you're like... It's a
man on the winning side as well, because this is 5 years post the end of the Civil War when Franco's side won.
And he's quite high up there, so financially she's secure. She has safety. They have they're going out to the countryside,
and you see enough throughout the film as well that for normal people times are hard. They're rationing stuff.
Yeah,
and
well, except for in the mill because the Capitan gets whatever the fuck he wants, and they have to go begging off other people.
Well, there's that brilliant bit where they're talking about one ration card per family from now on, and somebody says, "Will that be enough?" And a priest goes, "Oh, it should be plenty." If
while loading up his plate from this like massive excess of food on the table.
Well, saying it should be plenty if they're careful.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the church not opposing fascism.
Of course not. But just on the characters then. So your kind of dreamer in Ophelia, and the mother is the realist. Then Captain Vidal is the kind of cynical, domineering, tyrannical asshole. Oh my god,
he's just such a horrible human. There is not an ounce of empathy or compassion in him. He's so cold and everything. And I think he has this weird internal struggle going on to do with his father and the broken watch and all this shit. And he's just, it's like he set out to, at one point he's like, oh well, if the guerrillas don't want us to kill them all, then I'll kill them all. I'll wipe every last one of them off because I want my son to be born in a clean Spain.
Oh yeah, he fully believes he's like an absolute
the way he taunts the poor soldier with the stutter.
Just so many of the things that he does.
The soldier with the stutter in particular, his very upsetting to watch.
It is. Yeah, that's one of the toughest scenes in the film to watch is that, because your man who plays the stuttering soldier plays it so well. You feel so sorry for him. The emotion that man can convey with a glance, because the soldier, so much of it, like the pleading when the doctor comes in, the way he looks at Mercedes as well when he's brought in, and he's a child. Yeah, oh god, yeah, he looks so young. But then where Ophelia and Carmen are kind of, not opposites, but like... Yeah, Carmen's far more practical because she's aware of the real world, but she's also tried to shelter her daughter from it. Captain Vidal's foil is kind of Mercedes because she's far more hopeful as opposed to his cynical. She's trying to just do whatever she can for the resistance and empower them, as opposed to his tyrannicism and fascism. Yeah, she does say that she feels cowardice because she's living in his house and washing his clothes and making his meals, and was like, no. You're doing the hardest job. Yeah, because this man, we have literally seen him just shoot people for the sake of it. Yeah. Just because they've made him mad or they haven't asked a question. You're in the house with him. Yeah. This man could snap at any moment. Oh, I don't think he... Well, not snap, at his own people. But if he finds it, she knows how much danger she's in. If you're not a soldier, he has no loyalty or has no trust in you. And then you mentioned the doctor is kind of in the middle between that poor Mercedes and the captain in both, literally in the middle between the two of them in the plot, but he's also kind of a halfway point between their ideologies. He's that bit more pragmatic. He doesn't agree with the captain, but he knows they've won already. The rebels aren't going to win. What can he do? He can do what he can to support the rebels, but he can't outright defy the captain. But eventually his empathetic side overpowers him and he does the right thing. But he's also a doctor, and the thing he has been asked to do, when he says, I did the only thing I could, I agree with him. If you wanted him stitched up so that the captain could torture him some more, why didn't he get the fucking medic to do it? Yeah. If you just want him functioning so you can cut more pieces off him, get your medic to do it. Don't bring in the town doctor. Don't implicate him in it. Oh, well, I think he's probably been using him for quite a while at this point. All the characters in it, all the main kind of cast of characters that we talked about there, Ophelia, her mother, the captain, Mercedes, and the doctor, they're all really fucking fantastically portrayed and really well written. They're just such good characters. The level of tension, subtle tension that just exists in that mill. Because
Mercedes is always that little bit on guard.
Obviously, yeah.
The captain needs to have a fucking bell put on him because he's like a goddamn cat. He just shows up in places.
Yeah, the bit where he, towards the end, when he just appears behind the umbrella.
Oh, that scared the shit out of me.
It's the nearest thing to a jump scare in this, but it's so effective.
Oh, it's scary. And then you have the beautiful monsters.
Yeah, well, I mean,
which are terrifying in their own way, especially the Pale Man.
Oh, the Pale Man is
I really don't like the Pale Man. I had nightmares about the Pale Man.
I love him because he is just so creepy, and like it's not just him with his eyes on the table and his weird movements. It's the pile of little kids' shoes on the ground. It's all the
Jimmy's pile of little shoes.
The kind of Bosch-esque paintings of him torturing and eating kids around, hung up on the walls.
The fact that he's so gaunt and his skin hangs from him, that even though he's in all this excess, it's
sitting in front of this like beautiful array of food, but he looks this
like his legs really freak me out. Doug Jones should be commended for this. He was the only English speaker on set.
Yep.
When he was in the Fawn, he couldn't hear a damn thing that was going on.
Yeah, so he learned both his lines in Spanish and Ophelia's lines so that he could kind of
keep... because all the servos for like the eyes and the ears and everything were making so much noise, he actually couldn't hear anything. Although he did say it was one of the most comfortable suits he's ever worn.
It looks amazing
as
well.
So beautiful.
Like the way he just kind of comes out.
And he creaks and it looks like gnarls of wood and then the carving, etching markings on him. And he's almost... There's that weird kind of, Japanese mask where the forehead and the nose, the Court of the Owls masks are very similar.
Yeah.
Where the bridge is flattened out. I really like that.
He just looks class and is at once kind of fascinating, a little bit scary, and a little bit like... Cuddly, almost? Yeah, I don't know. Cuddly is not the right word, but there's something soft about it. Like,
there's something very appealing about his face shape. Because I think it is because it's that bit softer and rounded out.
The manner in which he talks as well. And it's not Doug Jones who does the...
No, unfortunately not.
It's somebody else, but whoever did the voice acting for it just nailed it as well.
Works so well with his flourishes and his hand gestures, because he has the crazy long fingers. But not in a creepy way. Not the way the Pale Man's fingers are creepy.
No, but I love that there is just a bit of an undercurrent of darkness about the Faun.
Well, the labyrinth itself is kind of creepy. And when she's coming down the steps, I was like, I wouldn't go down that in the fucking daylight.
Or even just at the very start when she finds the little rock on the ground.
Oh, the eye, and she puts it back in the statue.
The opening scene, not the little kind of...
Oh, the story of the fairy tale.
Not the story of the fairy tale.
Although I do love the underworld because it looks like it's sand castles.
Oh, yeah. No.
And there's a lot of Spanish architecture that's very similar to that, where it's that very organic, seashell-y look to it.
It looks amazing, but just then the opening kind of scene with the characters where it's Ophelia and her mother in the car. I love that because it sets up so much without like saying anything. You see
a burnt out, ruined town,
but just them traveling through the forest. It's a mother and child. The mother is pregnant, and it looks like they're moving somewhere. They're in a military convoy.
Yeah,
we know it's Spain, 1944, because it comes up on screen. So we're like, all right, okay. It's post-Civil War Spain.
Franco Spain.
They're moving to the countryside, so you've got the military setting, the countryside setting. The fact that there is a mother who is at least a little bit sick because she stops the car and vomits.
She's also getting like motion sickness. You don't know whether it's the baby or motion sickness.
Yeah.
It could be a bit of either. But
she ends up being much more ill than that. Yeah. But you've got that set up, and then Ophelia runs off, and even just that bit of her finding the rock and putting it in because she follows the stick insect. No, the stick insect comes out of the thing.
Yeah,
she just wanders off.
Yeah.
No, she just wanders off. She finds the rock and just wanders off. She sees the big stone and walks up, goes around the side and sees that it's a face and realises the bit of stone she has is the eye, and she puts it in.
And there is an unlocking sound.
There's something, and then the stick insect comes out straight away. So you get that sense of otherworldliness,
and then it kind of follows her,
and then the stick insect follows her around, and she says, "Oh, I met a fairy," when her mother finds her. But just that alone, it's like you kind of know what you're in for in this movie already.
You've got something going on.
Historic military stuff, and then this otherworldly mystery stuff going on. Just in like 2 minutes of on screen. It's fucking brilliant.
And I think it's a nice time to introduce it as well, because it's just before they meet the captain, and she's been telling her that it's just after this that she tells her that when they come out she wants her to call the captain father.
Mm.
So I very much always read this as this is the little girl slipping away into a dream world to escape what's going on because she doesn't... She has no control over anything else.
No, and what I really like about it is that you can take it's kind of two films in one.
Yeah.
In that you've got the fairy tale story and all that, and then the military story is nearly an entirely separate narrative. Not entirely separate, but it's a separate narrative that works on its own.
Yeah, because every time something traumatic happens, she goes off to do something.
Yeah, but either story works on its own. If they were two separate stories, they'd still both be fascinating stories to watch.
How did she get the Mandrake route, though?
But no, I just...
That's the only one that is like the Mandrake route is the crossover.
No, I just mean if that both stories taken separately are entertaining on their own.
Oh yeah.
But when woven together the way they are, it's fucking just so good.
Yeah, because you've got everything that's going on in the adult world, as it were. Whereas in her world, it's still all fantasy and she can avoid whatever the fuck is going on out there. And
if you're taking the reading that you're saying there of it all being in her head, what I really like about that reading of it, I don't, because the first time I watched it, I took it as magic is happening, and that's the way that I kind of prefer to view it. Probably just because it means the little girl's not dead at the end. To view it that way. It's a happier ending when you believe in magic. But the point at which things start to improve a little bit for her in the real world, when her mother starts to get better. Now it is, you could say it's because of the Mandrake or whatever, but for whatever reason her mother starts to get better. Her Ophelia's circumstances in the real world start to improve, and the faun shows up and says, "You're done with us." Yeah. Because that's after the Pale Man. He says, "You failed. You can never become the princess." Yeah. But her mother's okay. So she's happy for that. And then her mother gets worse. And the faun comes back and says, "I'm willing to give you another chance." Yeah. Seemingly apropos of nothing. Yeah. We're like, no, we've got to take a chance on it being the full moon. She needs to go back into that fantasy world. So the faun shows back up again. So if you're taking that reading, it works perfectly well. For that, things get better. She comes back out of her fantasy world. Things get worse again. She goes back into her fantasy world. I like the fantasy world being real part of it, to be honest with you. But as I said, partly just because I don't want the kid to be dead at the end, but also I like it. There's a few things like the Mandrake route. Yeah. And when she uses the chalk to get from one room to another within the house. Yeah. There is supposed to be a guard on the other side of the door. But at the same time, it's shortly before the rebels attack, so maybe he got distracted by something. Well, we've already discovered that they're not very good at keeping this child in the house. No, that's the other thing. That child wanders off all the fucking time. It's like, how are you supposed to find the rebels if you can't even stop a kid? Leave him. And the worst offense of them all is after she goes off and does the frog task. Yeah. The frog looks deadly, by the way. I love the frog. Big angry fucking hypnotoad thing. He looks like a really great desert rain frog, and I love me a desert rain frog, especially the noise they make. Oh, it's so fun. But when she comes back after being gone all day long, she's soaked to the bone, her dress is covered in mud, and her mother's really, really angry with her and says to her, finish your bath and go to bed without dinner. And she immediately goes off to see the faun in the labyrinth. She gets out, and I'm like, even if she's getting out a window, there's supposed to be people posted at like the tree line. And like her mother's so angry with her, surely she'd go and check and make sure that she went straight to bed and didn't try and like sneak off down to the kitchen to get food or whatever. But just, people they need to keep better watch on that child. Yeah, like you can't even keep a kid contained. You're supposed to be fighting gorillas. No wonder they're fucking winning. But I really, really just appreciate the fact that you can take either reading from it. Yeah. So you've got this duality of like meaning behind it, and you've also got that duality of in the stories as well. Yeah. In that you have, as you said, the adult world war story, and then the the child world fantasy story. It Bioshock Little Sisters. The world they see. Yeah. Yes. I don't blame them for wanting to see the world completely differently. No, and I don't blame her either, because she's trapped in a house with a monster. But that, like an actual real life flesh and blood monster. That's all that he is. He is just despicable, and him in particular, I have to praise. I can't remember the actor's name, and he's comedy actor. Yeah, I probably mispronounced it anyway. But yeah, he's a comedy actor, and he sells that role like you believe him. He's such a bastard. He's such a bastard. Constant checking of the hair whenever he's flustered and he smooths down the hair. But I do love
when there's the train explosion and he's in the full getup and of
the
course
glasses.
the glasses with the overcoat over, like he's not wearing it properly. He's just got it over the shoulders and
it's complete fascist.
With the jackboots and the blue uniform. It's like, here he comes.
But there's a couple of bits of him. We mentioned the torture in the stuttering soldier.
Ugh.
When
the poor guy, the farmer who's out rabbiting
in the neck.
Yes.
By the bullet, who's trying to knock the gun out of his hand but doesn't have the energy, and he's just toying with him, and then they shoot
him like 3 times at point blank range in the head.
And then the farmer and his son, who he absolutely just destroys the son, and then finishes him off with a couple of bullets to the head, and then it's just like, well, I'm not dealing with this, so he shoots the father.
Yeah.
Because the father's obviously screaming at him. But I think worst of all is
nearly everybody
else that he kills. He might, like, there's a quite violent act, obviously, with torture and with the bottle to the face before shooting them in the head. But everybody else he finishes off with headshots pretty quickly. Poor Ophelia, he gut shot.
No, not the doctor.
Oh, he shoots him clean in the back.
He shoots him in the back and lets him continue walking.
But he drops pretty quickly afterwards, so I think.
And then he regrets that decision.
Oh, he regrets that
30 seconds later.
And I love that because that's where it all
starts
was just
to go
wrong for
him. No.
But yeah, he shoots Ophelia in the gut.
Yeah, he just can't be bothered.
And it's horrible.
In fairness, she did dose the shite out of him too.
But
not to excuse the fact that he shoots a child,
or when he says
with like no remorse and can't even be bothered to watch her die. He just turns his back on her and leaves her lying there.
Is it to the doctor or is it to the medic after he shot the doctor that he says, "If you have to choose, save my son"?
He says it to the doctor, and if it comes down to it, save the baby, and that's she's under the bed at that point. She's given the mandrake blood.
Oh yeah.
But that's all he cares about, because there was a lovely thing in the trivia, because this movie is actually in Spanish. It is subtitled only.
Yeah,
there is no dub.
We have a special edition DVD with a whole lot of special features.
No, there is no dubbed edition of this,
yeah.
And Guillermo Del Toro actually wrote the subtitles for this himself.
Yeah,
because he doesn't trust subtitlers.
And you do you know what? You do notice it, because sometimes just when you're watching subtitles films, you'd be like,
the fuck?
Yeah, just something just seems off, and it'll be because they couldn't translate something properly.
No,
so they use a roundabout thing. But there's just I'd say, I don't know Spanish, but everything comes across in the subtitles, and just down to like some of the little bits, like the finding the lottery ticket.
Oh yeah, you got
I'm sure they'd brush over that if it was a normal subtitler.
But there's one thing that's lost in translation though, which is when he greets them when they arrive originally, the Capitan. He uses the male form of welcome.
Well, it's
because he's addressing just his own.
I know. I think it's the gender neutral. If it's just women, there's a term that you use. But if there's a guy there as well, you use.
I don't know. We should have consulted.
Our
Spanish speaking.
Yes, we should have consulted our Spanish speaking friends. In any case, he makes a point of using the term that includes the male version of that greeting. Because that is all he cares about is his son.
Yeah. And
like the bit where the doctor is like, what makes you so sure it's a son? And his response is just, don't fuck with me, doctor.
Yeah. It can't be anything else, because if it's anything else, I'll kill it, essentially.
But we have talked a lot about the characters and the plot and stuff, but the visuals we've already touched on.
It's Guillermo del Toro. It's absolutely stunning. And it's him in his finest when he's playing in fantasy. And the thing I love about this, because it really annoyed me in Pacific Rim, is that this is lit beautifully. Pacific Rim was so dark you couldn't see anything, and that irks the absolute shit out of me.
All of it is so well lit and shot. Like
so beautiful.
Not just the dark like fantasy side of it. All the stuff shot around the household is so,
and it's all the warm and lighting. Rustic. Yeah.
When they're out in the woods, it's all that kind of pale
blues and greens.
Yeah, it's just all that's beautiful, as well as then.
But you can actually see detail, even in the scenes that are supposed to be nighttime when they're fleeing in the dark. You can see detail, because I think they shot day for night as well, because I always love the effect that gives. But you can actually see everything and appreciate it, and see the bugs and see the fireflies and all these small details that are going on, because it's just. I don't understand why you would do that.
Those sets are so gorgeous. The Labyrinth set, and then particularly the
Pale Man set.
I love the Pale Man set.
The staircase in the mill in particular, I'm really that big open atrium area, and where the captain's office is, because there's just it's a repurposed storage room. The room that she's put into when she's moved away from the mother's bedroom, and they're like, I love that when they're like, oh my god, it's so cold. Yeah, your window's wide open. What do you expect?
Yes.
The way the kitchen's set out, because it's that real old rustic wood and flagstone.
And then the entrance to the labyrinth, and the labyrinth itself having that like real old like ancient stone with like vines and
it's
roots
all weathered.
throughout it. Like it really
and then
is.
The well down the middle with the steps down to it, where you have then the ripple pattern on the floor with the standing stone
in the middle. Yeah, it's just...
And every single part of me that grew up in Ireland went, fairies, no touchy.
Yeah, absolutely. It completely evokes that.
Literally the part of me that went, you don't go near a fairy ring.
You don't mess with fairy rings
and you
shit.
Don't, you don't mess with them, you don't go in them, and you sure as shit do not take shit out of them. Because they will come to your house and fuck up your life. Yeah, I mean, like, I am absolutely, like, a skeptic in all things, but don't fuck with fairies. No, especially not in this country. But in any country with that, in their own environment, don't do it.
But then, the Pale Man
like, literally everything in me went fairy stones.
But the Pale Man set then as well.
Oh, it's so luxurious, and it's all the reds and oranges, and everything's gilded, and the grapes she takes, they look like those, when you get them crystallized in sugar.
Yeah. Not just that, like, even just the pillars and the walls, like, it's the grand
fireplace as well, because I love the grand fireplace. And then the pile of shoes.
Yes. Yeah, they're real, just decrepit and like...
And they're small, you can tell they're baby shoes. Because they don't have the proper soles on. Like, they're not needed for that. They're little small baby shoes. Yeah. And it's just innocuous because it's off to the side, and all the paintings are on the ceiling. So you could walk in and just see this dude who's there with the eyeballs on the plate.
Yeah.
And the fairies, the little fairies are like, let's not.
Yeah.
Shall we not? I also love how when the fairy introduces itself and she shows it the picture and it changes.
Turns from the stick into the fairy. Yeah, that's really, really
to be like, here we go.
Yeah.
At least it didn't have nipples.
There's nothing negative to say about the visuals in this. You're right. It's Guillermo Del Toro at his finest.
Because I love Hellboy 2, but the things I love about Hellboy 2 are the market when they go to see that with like Mr. Wink.
It's great, but it's a different...
worked in through it.
It's an entirely different film. Yeah. It's a different feeling, whereas this vibe just works so well together, I think.
And it's so close to going into that Tim Burton-y, but it's held back. Where it's...
I don't know. I think it's uniquely him.
It's this close to Salad Fingers.
No, I think it's uniquely Guillermo Del Toro.
No, he uses such warm, rich colours for all of the fantasy worlds, and then
even all the stuff shot in the rain.
Yeah, but all the when you think about all the soldiers are in blues. She's dressed in the Alice in Wonderland dress.
Yeah,
that's black. Like none of the colours that they're wearing are nice and bright and rich and vibrant, and then all the colours that she encounters doing the tasks are very, very rich. Except for the frog.
Well, no, the blade she gets out of the...
Oh, it's pretty...
That's a pretty blade.
Yeah.
Is there anything we didn't like?
There's very little I don't like about this now. So some of it I can't really watch. Just because I know it's coming and I just can't take it. Except for watching him get his cheek sliced.
It's only one slice that you see. It's the initial cut into the Frenchman's leg. But, that one's rough.
It's not my favourite. What was his name? That surgeon with the 300% mortality?
Oh, I can't remember. We talked about him in a previous
Scottish
episode.
guy, and that was a leg amputee.
Hang on, Robert. I want to say Robert Liston. I'll look it up later to see if I'm right. He was famous. 300%, yeah.
But he was famous for his amputations.
Incredibly quick amputations. Well, I mean, if you'd wanted to be back then.
The idea was one cut the whole way through the muscle, so they did it in a weird curved fashion, and then through the bone.
Lovely.
Yeah, but that was when he was doing the initial cut. He nicked his assistant's artery.
Yeah.
So he died instantly. The guy who's getting his leg amputated died, and somebody in the audience had a heart attack.
Yep.
Because it was an audience. But yeah, that first cut into the bone.
Yeah, but I mean that's supposed to not be good to watch. I think the only thing
that scene, there's just something about the way the doctor's examining his foot and the Frenchman is reading the newspaper. It really reminds me of that lion or tigers in Africa when they're poking his stump with the pipe.
I mean, he's about about as oblivious, because the doctor's like, oh, it doesn't look good, and he's like, is it that bad? It's like, look at it, man. Your leg is fucking black. Your leg is black and rotting. Like, you know it's not good.
But it really reminds me of that scene when they're poking, like, they're like,
absolutely
holding up the fly sheet with the big hole in it.
It would only have been made more Monty Python if any of the rebels had been wearing those silly hats that the fascists side wears.
Oh, the guy who looks like the fascist Juan from One of the Dead.
Your man, it's like the fucking guy who's in charge of the mill.
Oh, this is your daily bread. Yeah. This is from Franco's Spain. He really does look like your man who played Juan. I do like their funny hats.
If there's anything that I didn't like the only thing that I have is when she goes to the Pale Man.
Yeah.
She has a set amount of time to get out. She turns the sand timer
so the door closes.
And the door closes. And I have two problems. One, she's just able to make a new door, so what's the point in the timer in the first place? And two, she makes a new door in the ceiling.
Yeah.
And makes it harder for herself to get out. Why does she do that?
I have no idea. Panic?
But yeah, panic fine. But yeah, it's more to do with like, what's the point in the timer if she can just make a new door?
Well, maybe they didn't think she'd bring the chalk with her.
Could be, yeah. It's, as I say, it's only a small thing, and it's like literally the only negative thing that
because
I have
the whole
about
thing
this
is
whole
it's
film.
tasks, and she's supposed to adhere to those tasks. Like when she says, "I had an accident," there's only one of the fairies left, and he tells the fawn what happened, and the fawn is like, "You ate it," and she's like, "Oh, it was 2 grapes. I didn't think it would be that big of a deal." And he's like, "No, you were supposed to follow the rules." Like, if you can't follow the rules, you can't set us free. Like,
yeah, but that's then kind of the whole film is about
willful disobedience,
and just defiance in
not willful disobedience, but purposeful disobeying.
Well, yeah, in that fairy tale sense, you often get fairy tales and myths where it's important,
because that's the whole conversation between the doctor and the captain. He's like, "You could have obeyed me."
Oh yeah,
and he was like, "Oh, I couldn't do that." Because I'm a fucking doctor. I did, look what you did to this person.
Yeah. And
I did the kindest thing and the only thing I could do, which was put him out of his misery.
And in the same way that the fawn kind of is manipulating her towards a greater goal, she also has to defy him further and not give him over the brother. Yeah. You know? She has to make that decision. He's made everything he's done should make her want to hand over the brother, you know what I mean? She does seem to trust him. He's already kind of said, "Oh no, look, I wouldn't lie to you." He's giving her a second chance, you know. It's the last chance that she'll ever have and that their kingdom has, and she still says, and even though he's only no. It's one little drop of blood, she's like, no. She still says no. Yeah. But that's the important thing. She has to, that. Yeah, she won't spill innocent blood. You get that in various myths and fairy tales where the most important act is an act of disobedience. I'm not going to lie. In my head, I could hear fucking Peter Stormare going, "The sacrifice." No. The sacrifice. You're mine, John. I don't know if Peter Stormare Satan would fit in this film. No, but it always invokes that kind of sense of, it's the final judgment, it's, the self-sacrifice, it's the martyrdom. On an entirely separate note, the music is beautiful as well. The lullaby. Yeah, it's a whole score. It's kind of based around the lullaby. And it's just very subtle, and it's there, and it creeps in. And when the whole thing with Mercedes as well of do you know any lullabies? She's like, I don't know the words, and it just works because when she hums it, and then again at the very end of the film she hums it. Yeah, it's just the score is beautiful. Mercedes is a fucking champion. She takes her with her. Because she's like, when she has her encounter with the captain later on when they capture them in the forest, and he has her tied up, and she's like, "You will not touch a hair on. You will not touch that girl. As long as I live." And then her final triumph at the end when he comes out of the labyrinth with the child and they're all standing there waiting on them, and this woman that he has completely underestimated. Oh god, yeah, from the start she had said that to him. He was like, "You didn't even see me. I was invisible because you think I'm beneath you." Yeah. And she's there at the center of this group of rebels who've just run
rampant through his facility, destroyed everything.
And it's one of the most...
And he doesn't even fight it, he just hands the child over.
Oh, because he knows.
Yeah.
That's it's like one of the most satisfying bits of like villain gets their due, gets their comeuppance.
And they're all standing there
gets
silent.
Shot in the face. Like that's kind of a foregone conclusion. He's going
Beautiful
to get killed.
Shot, though.
Oh yeah, it's great and it's beautifully timed as well. But the best bit of comeuppance is Mercedes' line when he's like, you know,
tell
my son my name, and you know, he goes to say something else and she just cuts him off and says, nope. He won't know anything about you.
He won't even know you existed.
And then he looks shocked and then gets shot in the face.
Yeah, by the brother.
And it's just fucking brilliant. It's like, yeah, you're the only thing you've been concerned about this whole time. Your son, your legacy won't know anything about you. Your legacy ends right now with a bullet in your stupid fascist face.
And you were taken down by a woman, which is an even bigger blow to your ego.
Yeah.
That you never even thought. Couldn't even consider the fact that we were working against
That's the sweet part of the bittersweet ending. Obviously, the bitter part is poor Olivia bleeding out in the middle of the labyrinth.
Yeah, and Mercedes finding her then at the end.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. Even if you take the reading that I take, that
Mercedes,
it's magical.
Like, because you get to see Mercedes when they're raiding the mill at the end. She comes bursting in because she's looking for her.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's come back.
She's tried to take her with her. Yeah. Well, before she took her with her, she said, I'll come back for you. Then she decided to take her with her immediately anyway.
Yeah, and then they got caught. And it's when they...
So yeah, you know she was going to come back for her.
The captain knows that he'll come back for her because they're like, if they try anything, kill her first.
And you know that she properly cares for this child, and that's why the ending is so hard, even if you do believe in magic, because this woman is still distraught over the death of Ophelia, like.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it is. It's a bittersweet ending, but I don't think any other ending would work as well.
No.
What about highlights then?
I love the frog.
The frog.
I don't know what it is about the first task,
frog, yeah.
And there's something about the tree as well. This.
Oh, the tree looks great. Yeah,
this old gnarled tree that you find in the middle of like really old forests, and she's got to go put these 3 stones. Also, her book that shows her what's going on.
Yeah.
That book is weird. But when she goes, she's like, oh, also, can we just point out poor planning on the part of the mother who's like, we're having a fancy dinner party this evening, so we're going to get you ready now and let you go out and play.
Yeah, we're going to get you ready at like 9 in the morning for the party that's taking place at 7 this evening. Don't get it dirty. Like, what the fuck were you expecting to happen? Yeah.
You know, it's kind of customary to have dinner there at like 8 o'clock in the evening, so... like, it's literally like the whole day. And she does take the dress off... But, like, she's still going to get covered in mud. And it's like, what are you going to do? Put the dress back on over all the mud?
And hope for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just love the toad, and also the 2 poor cockroaches, Cheech and Chong. May they rest in peace.
No, they're not the stick insects.
Oh, are they stick insects?
Oh, I'm not sure now. Maybe I misread that. I don't know.
Because she does have a cockroach.
Yeah, she's got an actual cockroach there. Yeah, you're right. It could
one could have been the stick insect and one could have been the cockroach.
Well, no, thinking about the stick insect is probably entirely CGI.
But this toad that's the same size as her, and he's sitting there and he's all very grand. But when she's holding him out, I do love when things are like, not humanized, but I was going to say Valmorphinized.
Anthropomorphized.
Yeah, because he's watching it and he's like, you can see oh yeah, give me it.
I like the way he just looks like he's not like threatening. He's not going to kill her. He just looks annoyed that she's there. Yeah. And like at most, it looks like he might just push her back out of the tree.
Well, he tries to eat her a little bit because he does lick her face, but then he's
there's a bug that crawls on her face and he goes for that. That's how she then kind of realizes that's what he's after.
Yeah. But
so,
he's just
he
like...
He just looks put upon and annoyed. Like, get out of my house. What are you doing here, little girl? Fuck
how
off.
dare you?
Yeah. Get out of here. Don't feed me horrible magic stones that will turn me inside out. No, I think when we went into it, the first watch, I was... Dreading is not the right word at all, but I was less looking forward to the Civil War side of the storyline.
Because I don't know a lot about the Spanish Civil War because we were kind of a little bit busy having our own at the same time.
Well, a little bit earlier, yeah. But I don't know much about it either, but it's not even so much that. It's just, I think, because I hadn't watched it in so long, I was like, oh yeah, all the good stuff is to do with the fantasy, but... No, it's all good. It's all great, but particularly all the war stuff and all the stuff with the captain and the rebels and Mercedes, fucking fantastic as well.
Yeah, like I love the rebels making all the distractions, so they blow up the train line, and while they're busy searching that, like an explosion goes off, like they hit the mill.
Yeah.
And they're doing all this all the classic guerrilla tactics.
And slowly dwindling down the number of men
because they know the land. And I also always love when horses are used accurately, because if you're going to be in that sort of landscape, you're going to be using horses.
Oh, yeah.
To hunt them down. And when Mercedes is being chased.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Where she is running for her fucking life up that hill, and you can just, and it's the noise of horses on ground.
It's the bit after that I like when
they're circling her.
No, not when they're circling her. When they start getting shot by the soldiers they can't see, and it's just mayhem with everybody running around and people falling off horses and one guy getting a horse on him. Yeah. Yeah, it's shot. Yeah, because the horses will just rear him, like, fuck off. Yeah. I think that about covers all the things that I loved about this. Like, it's a class film from start to finish. It's captivating as well. Like, yeah. It really is. It's beautiful. It's so well shot. It's so well scored. It's so well acted and so well written. Like,
I ugly cried when I saw it in the cinema.
Oh, the first time, I did. I absolutely cried at the ending
and I'm
as well.
pretty sure most of the cinema was boohoo crying. And there was a couple of people being like, I'm okay.
Oh, well, I mean, we went with...
we took a friend of ours.
We took a friend, and afterwards he was like, geez, thanks for a fun day out, guys. I'm going to go home and kill myself.
Yeah. Didn't realise. It looked pretty.
Yeah, we didn't know. We just thought, like, at that point, the last film he had made would have been Hellboy 2. So we were like, come on, like, it's going to be... It's going to look cool. Fantasy, it's going to be deadly. Like, it might be like Kronos, it might be a bit more... Like, but it's going to be great, and it was great. It was just also very depressing on first watch.
It's not like at the Lovely Bones level of depressing.
Oh, fuck me, that film is so depressing.
Oh, you think that's bad? The book is like 10 times worse, I guarantee it.
But no, I think this time around, neither time did it depress me. Bittersweet is absolutely the right word.
I think it's because I studied theology, and the idea that believing in something can give you comfort. Her death to me isn't her ending. No. It's sad, it is. Mercedes mourns her, but for her, she's back with her mom and dad, and it's the comfort of it, and she's so happy to be there in the Fauns, like it was the last thing, that it's not, for me, it's not a sad ending.
No, nor for me. No, I think if you don't believe in the magic in this film, and you think it all is in her head, it's a much bleaker ending. Yeah, no. Much bleaker ending.
Like, I do think it's all in her head, but at the same time... that can give you an unbelievable amount of comfort.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know.
But no, I take the magic reading just because there's no magic in real life, so there may as well be in movies. So that's the way I chose to read it. But it is. No, it's absolutely captivating. It's a beautiful, like, modern fairy tale, even though it is set in the 40s. Like, it's a fairy tale for our ages.
The way that the acts of an incredibly evil man are treated in this is really interesting, because his number 2,
Serrano,
seems to be slightly afraid of him, comes into his own when he chases Mercedes.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
patronising asshole.
Yeah, and you're kind of like, up until that point, because you'd had an interaction between the doctor and the captain about men who obey regardless. Yeah. And so you're kind of like, well, the soldiers are only going on with what he's saying, and then you get to see the fact that no, he's not going along with it. He actually, like, he's as fucking twisted as the captain is, because he's like, oh no, I'd much rather if you died it was by my hand.
Yeah, he's like, if you're gonna die, I may as well kill you. And if I go back to the captain and you're dead, and I have to tell him, oh well, we had no choice but to kill her. At least I've gotten the satisfaction of killing you. Instead of going back saying that you're dead and you killed yourself. Yeah,
because there's a lot of stuff in this about obeying.
The whole film is about defiance and obeying.
No, but I do like the comment that the doctor makes, that men who can obey without question. There's only a certain type of man like you, Captain, who can do that.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, and the doctor's great as well.
The doctor
I had forgotten how big of a part the doctor had.
That poor doctor. He didn't sign up for any of this.
No, he didn't.
Because that's when Mercedes is being questioned. She's like, we all knew him. Of course he did. He was the town fucking doctor.
Yeah, she plays that very well.
Oh, that whole conversation where he hands her the whiskey and she's like sitting there going, please let me leave.
Oh, the bit where he drinks the whiskey after getting his mouth sliced open and you just see
No, good girl, but she should have just stabbed him in the neck.
Yeah, she should have killed him there and then. She really should have. But then we wouldn't have gotten the very satisfying ending that we did.
No.
Well, his satisfying ending.
Yes, but she should have just stabbed him in the neck.
But I think that about wraps it up for Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah, no, it is. It is such a gorgeous film, but yeah, you might need to put on something funny afterwards.
Yeah. You do
just
need
to lighten the mood a little bit.
You need to be in a particular mood to watch this, and that mood is not depressed.
Yes.
Do not put this on if you're already...
It is very dark and
just don't put it on if you're already depressed. Yeah. I think if you're in a neutral mood or a good mood, yeah, you can watch it. Like, you know,
because it is quite heavy. Like, there's a lot of very heavy content in it.
Oh yeah.
Because
a lot of death.
Even the fantasy has like peril.
Oh yeah.
Like this isn't your like Disney fairy stories.
No.
This is like original
Brothers Grimm stuff.
Oh god, yeah.
This is Brothers Grimm stuff right here.
This is old fairy tales where they're
very,
warnings.
very entertaining.
Yeah.
I know that's why I said earlier on that you get that darkness from the fawn. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? There is that darkness there in this otherworldness or otherworldliness.
And again, growing up with the fairy tales and stuff we don't trust fairies, so it suits that atmosphere of like, you know, there's that age old one of fairies can never lie, but they can twist the truth in ways unimaginable. He never lies to her.
No, he never does.
But he does coax and
cajole.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it is. It's an amazing film, and it deserved all the various Oscars and BAFTAs and things that it got.
It very
and
much
it deserves
did.
all the praise still. What was it, 2006? So nearly 20 years old.
No.
And it's just amazing looking film and an amazing story.
Yeah. No, it really, really is. Ophelia, actually, if anybody watched the Ciara Chronicles. Ciara?
I don't know. You watched it.
I watched it and I still can't pronounce it because everybody in the fucking show pronounced it differently.
She's one of the main characters.
She's one of the main characters, and I actually genuinely thought she was Australian because her accent is that good. It was an Australian production, so I just there's not a hint of like Spanish accent there. Austin Butler's in it too.
She's fantastic in this as well.
Yeah,
she's absolutely fantastic in it.
And I didn't realise that, and I was looking her up and was like, would never have twigged it was the same person because it's such a different character as well, but she's just so childlike in this and so innocent.
Yeah,
like she really has, her mother's sheltered her from so much in it.
No, she's fantastic young actress in this,
and
I'm glad to hear that she's continued on as a good actress, because oftentimes you will get that where
because in that
a big role and then go away from acting, so it's nice to hear that she's still acting.
The Shanavar Chronicles, she's like
that thing.
Yeah, she's a mouthy thief who's not above like using her feminine wiles to get her way. Yeah,
but
she's very fun in it.
Pan's Labyrinth, fucking excellent. Go watch it.
Yes.
We will be back next week. Thank you for joining us, guys. And in the meantime, if you want, you can check out some of our previous episodes or our other podcast, Mono Rants The Boys, which we just found out this week. We will be back in a couple of months with season 4 of The Boys. Yes.
Yeah, thank God it's after my exams.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, or if you want, you can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono, on Instagram at monorants_the_boys, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com, and we'll chat next week. Bye bye.